Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, next week we will not have a live show. I will be away from the internet for a whole week. But anyway, let's go ahead and get diving right on in. And the reason, I had one robot story and I had to include it, so I put it in business. And yes, I know this comes from Not the Bee, but I couldn't find the actual video embedded in any other article. So this was in Russia, and they're over in Russia, they're experimenting with this AI robot, and the AI robot mistook the 7-year-old's finger for a chess piece. So he moves. He's like, I want that piece. The robot just grabs his hand and proceeds to just tear it apart. And so here it is again. So he grabs the kid's hand. The people have to come in and pry the kid's hand off of the robot. You can see the kids trying to get away. They finally get in there and get the kid away from the robot, and basically the robot, I believe there are a lot of different statements here, but to my understanding, I don't think it broke his finger, but it certainly damaged it quite a bit. So yes, the robots are coming, and they're coming for your children. So just an FYI, the robot revolution is on the way. All right. So, TikTok's success, now every platform is trying to duplicate it, and I have no earthly idea why. TikTok is so crazy. We're just talking UI. I hate YouTube Shorts. I accidentally watched one the other day, and I got thrown into this whole UI that was like, let me out of this thing. I never had to close the browser. I must be a boomer. But everybody's trying to duplicate TikTok. TikTok stuff on YouTube, TikTok stuff on now Instagram, Facebook. Everyone's trying to duplicate it, but it's causing a huge backlash because people are like, dude, stop trying to make everything TikTok. My Lord, TikTok is the brain numbing of society. If you want to know why we are declining into total nonsenseness in our society, it's TikTok. You ever watch these videos? Oh man, never seen such a collection of idiots in my life. But anyway, so the changes included extremely algorithmic main feed, a push for services of TikTok-style Reels video, heavy promotion of TikTok-style remix features have resulted in users struggling to find content from friends and family, once the bread and butter of the social media network. We're hearing a lot of concerns from all of you, says Adam Masauri, said in a video post on Twitter. Why not on Instagram? Oh, you can't find it. Hearing a lot of concerns about photos and how we're shifting video, and we're going to continue to support photos, but I need to be honest, more and more of Instagram is going to become video over time. We're going to have to learn, we're going to have to lean into that shift while continuing to support photos. Hey guys, just delete your Instagram accounts. Just delete them. I'd say that before TikTok happened, but delete them anyway. Ideas help you discover new and interesting things on Instagram you may not know exist. Yeah, you may not want to know it exists either. You can snooze all recommendations for up to a month, and then we're going to try and get better at it. Hey, people, delete your accounts. Every one of you, just delete your accounts and say you turned it into TikTok. Maybe, just maybe, they'll stop. But anyway, we are getting some pushback. Good. Two big services went down. Slack went down. It says yesterday again. This was 3 days ago. So a few days ago, Slack went down. Just a reminder, this one and our next story, just a reminder, when we base our entire life and our entire communication on these services that are so fragile that one thing knocking the whole thing out can cause issues, basically, this puts an end to business collaboration if you're absolutely requiring this. In fact, I was talking to a marketing person that was taking over the marketing of one of my client sites, and we're on a call talk about the technical changes that need done to the site. She's like, "Well, you're on Slack." Like, no, you send me an email. We don't need to communicate that much. Trust me. Send me an email. That's fine. I don't want to communicate with you. It's the same thing with Discord and Element, all these places. I do not turn these things on to talk to a lot of people, okay? I really don't. I am busy. I don't need to be pinged every 5 minutes with some, hey, how you doing? Better when I can get my work done. So, but that's Slack. And of course, Office 365 had an outage in India. This happened when I think it was a network cable snapped. One network cable snaps and the whole country goes down. And this is the problem where, a lot of hospitals are over relying on the internet, which they shouldn't. If a hospital cannot run when the internet goes out, the hospital should not exist. I mean, really, you should, where are the people who can treat patients without having to look something up on the internet? I mean, I get the weird diagnoses that require a lot of strange stuff, but your average person walking into the average hospital for whatever, if your hospital can't function without the internet, you got a problem. We covered a number of stories related to this a few years ago where there were a lot of internet outages across Nevada. Like, one internet line feeds the whole state of Nevada. If that line goes down, every hospital in Nevada shuts down. Sorry, we can't treat you right now. We don't have a YouTube video to learn how to stitch you up, and that's just a warning about over relying on the technology. So we need to learn how to do our jobs without it. Even here in my van, if I am somewhere without internet, I have means to get my work done by means of a local PHP server. I can literally sit here without internet and do a ton of web design development, testing, deployment, all sorts of fun stuff. And then, once I get back to the internet, bink, push a button and deploy it all. Sounds great. So, those are the things we have to think about is over relying on different services can certainly be a problem. And onto our final story in the business section. Microsoft is going to new lengths to get you to switch to Windows 11. What's their new lengths? Well, they're going to use simulations. The company's launched 4 guided simulations in total to help explain how different Windows 11 features work. So, featuring imaginary IT workers Megan and Alan at the firm Contoso, the first situation provides a brief introduction. So here is our simulation to Windows. Let's go ahead and start the guided simulation, shall we? I've clicked the guided. Okay, there it goes. Okay. So, hello. Windows Hello for Business, a more convenient way to get instant access to Windows 11 devices using a PIN, facial recognition, or fingerprint. Megan Brown uses a PIN to sign into her device. Select the PIN text to enter the PIN. Ooh, we got to click the PIN text. Wow, you typed in a PIN. Select the PIN field to enter. Whoa, we have a PIN, guys. I think my thing died. Did I kill it? I think I killed it. Not even Microsoft's simulation works well. Oh, come on. I mean, it was kind of broken for me the other day, but I wasn't that broken. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we're going to try simulation 2. Maybe this one works better. This is finished setting up Office 365. Universal Print is a seamless cloud printing infrastructure. So basically using simulations to walk you through how to set up your system and get it all ready for your users to deploy Windows 11 across your network. They're getting desperate here, guys. They are literally getting desperate here to get people pushed over to Windows 11. Let's see. The process of upgrading from Windows 10 to 11 is covered in the third simulation. Oh, this is how to upgrade. And then the final simulation walks you deploying a new device with Windows 11 using Autopilot, which allows admins to configure devices from a cloud console. So this is mostly, of course, geared towards business on how to get your system deployed across a new network, which allows you to do things in different deployments. So, okay, we're going to first deploy to these 3 machines, which are not mission critical. Do the testing over there. Now we're going to test to these ones here. But man, they're really trying to get everybody off of Windows 10 and over onto Windows 11. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have a Switch to Linux shop featuring t-shirts, baby onesies, hoodies, hats, all sorts of other things like this one here, featuring various Switch to Linux stuff on there. That's at shop.switchtolinux.com. Get your t-shirts over there at shop.switchtolinux.com. With that, let's head on over to Sillyville. Well, first up, now there's not a lot of tech news in Sillyville, so I think this is like the only one. One of the most beloved Windows tools can actually be a huge security risk. What is it? It's Windows Calculator. That's right, Windows Calculator is being abused to sideload Qbot. So calculator is very basic function being abused to allow malware onto endpoints. Researchers have found. Proxlife experts discovered that Windows calculator tool can be used to infect the device with Qbot malware dropper using the Cobalt Strike beacons on targeted devices, which often have the first step in ransomware attack. As attack starts with a phishing attempt, the threat actor will mail the victim an HTML file that then in turn downloads a password-protected zip archive. Being password protected helps the payload avoid detection from antivirus programs. Extracting the zip archive shows an ISO file, the digital file format replicating a CD, DVD, or BD. Mounting the ISO brings forth 4 files, 2 DLL files, one of which is the malware, one shortcut posing as the file the victim is supposed to open, and the calculator program. So you'll get the calculator program in your inbox, and the calculator program opens up, runs the malicious DLL file because it's looking for the local DLLs first, and the one that gives you as a poisoned DLL, and it's going to grab the malware. So there you go. Windows calculator is being used to put ransomware on your computer. All right, well, we have figured out where the pox has come from. What would we call it? The schlong COVID? Well, it apparently has come from a town in Japan, which has come under attack by monkeys that are snatching babies and attacking the elderly. I don't know. Interesting world we're living in right now. This is how it begins. While you humans are concerned with the world becoming 1984, Brave New World, or Terminator, you didn't even see the Planet of the Apes was sneaking up from behind. I'm a witness to the moment. From ABC News, people in southwestern Japanese city have come under attack from monkeys that are trying to snatch babies, biting and clawing at flesh, and sneaking into nursery schools. Attacks on 58 people since July 8th are getting so bad that Yamaguchi City Hall hired a special unit to hunt the animals down with tranquilizer guns. Why tranquilizers? Give them AR-15s. Let me snipe it out monkeys from afar. Boom! If they're attacking people, you don't need to tranquilize them. You just need to put them out. Monkeys aren't interested in food, so traps haven't worked. They're targeting mostly children and elderly. So smart, they tend to sneak up and attack on victims from behind, often grabbing at your legs, the city officials said. When confronted by a monkey, the instructions are, do not look at them in the eye. Make yourself look as big as possible, such as by spreading open your coat, and then back away as quietly as possible without making sudden moves. A woman was assaulted by a monkey while hanging laundry in her veranda. Another victim showed bandaged toes. They were taken aback and frightened by how big and fat the monkeys were. No one seems to know why the attacks have occurred, and where exactly the troop of monkeys came from remains unclear. Never seen anything like it myself, they said. Get ready, humans. The revolution is here. Yikes. They're mad. Well, on saner fronts, I don't know. It's Missouri, so I don't know. Apparently, a couple businesses, McDonald's and a Dairy Queen, wanted to duke it out with Battle of the Signs. McDonald's writes, hey, Dairy Queen, want to have a sign war? And Dairy Queen says, we would, but we're too busy making ice cream. Touche, Dairy Queen, touche. So apparently, a little bit there. And now, of course, the government demands this treat. Literally, it says down here, tech millionaire offered to buy it out. A U.S. senator suggested that the government should force manufacturers to make the Choco Taco. Why is it that the government wants to have it? Well, because apparently the Choco Taco is the symbol of the current Biden administration. Clearly, Jill sees every Mexican person as a taco. And clearly, Joe cannot keep stuffing his face full of ice cream. Therefore, I submit to you that the Choco Taco is the sign of the Biden administration. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. But the sad news is that the Choco Taco, which is actually a product of the Klondike Company, is being discontinued. I am going to have to find me a Choco Taco and have one last Choco Taco before it goes. Apparently the sales are not with it. They have to clear it out to make room for other Klondikes, which I think the Choco Taco... All right, poll, guys. Poll for the comments. What is better, a boring old vanilla and chocolate coated Klondike bar, or a Choco Taco with a waffle cone and fudge and ice cream and chocolate and peanuts, clearly the Choco Taco should definitely supersede the Klondike bar. Klondike bars are they're just blah. They're just a Klondike. It's just ice cream with a chocolate coating. That's easy. A Choco Taco is amazing, and it is the sign of the fall of America that the Choco Taco will be stopped, because it is the sign of the Biden administration. If you want to help support the channel, we do have a Subscribe Star page, subscribestar.com/switched-to-Linux. You can head on over there. We did actually just recently update the list. It'll be, I think today's the first video with the new subscriber list. So if you're on that list and you don't want to be, let me know. And if you should be on the list and you're not, sorry, let me know. Yeah, you're gonna help join us on over there. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching this video from SwitchedToLinux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.